Hey, welcome back to My State of Affairs. I'm Will Be Strong. I want to welcome you back to the channel. I hope you're enjoying it. We just kicked it off yesterday. I had to, I'm going to be honest with you, it's technically not my strong suit. But I was talking today with my son and I was telling him what my upload speed was, and he was blown away by what my upload speed is. So, meaning that it was terrible, absolutely terrible. My upload speed is 0.66 on the Richter scale, as they say, on the speed test off of Google. And he was shocked by that. But I wasn't shocked because last night when I uploaded my first video, it took like 4.5 hours for that 30-minute video or longer. So it's something I got to investigate. Been a long day today. I got up at like 5:30. Been running all day, but that's my issue, not yours. Okay. I'm going to focus tonight again on the big story here in the country, and that big story is the debacle in Afghanistan and Kabul. And I want to just talk for a minute about some facts and figures that I was blown away to read about. And I read about these in a Forbes magazine issue that was published either the 16th or it might have been published today, the 17th of August. So I'm going to quote from this because I want to give it full credit because a lot of it I thought was well written. It says in the 20 years since September 11th, 2001, and of course that's when Al-Qaeda and bin Laden attacked New York City, the United States has spent more than $2 trillion on the war in Afghanistan. Now let me repeat that. $2 trillion in Afghanistan. That's $300 million per day, every day, for the past 20 years. $300 million per day, every day, for the past 20 years. Think about that figure for a minute. Over $50,000 for each of Afghanistan's 40 million people. In other terms, Uncle Sam has spent more keeping the Taliban at bay than the net worths of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and the 30 richest billionaires in America combined. That shows you the cost of treasure that has been spent on this venture in Afghanistan. When in fact, in 2001, when we were attacked by Al-Qaeda, and we were attacked by bin Laden, and George Bush announced his intentions were to go and find the perpetrators of the crime, which was bin Laden and Al-Qaeda, and go to where they were, and that was in Afghanistan. We did that. We punished Al-Qaeda, we destroyed Al-Qaeda, and we captured and killed bin Laden. That was the mission. And somehow that mission turned into a nation building exercise. The military, and I'm a veteran of the United States Army, when we're given a mission, it has to be well defined. And we don't do nation building. That is not the mission of the United States military, okay? But we've been caught up in nation building. We got caught up in that in Vietnam, and now we got caught up in that in Afghanistan. Hopefully, if nothing else, we have learned that this is not what we should be doing. We can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. I don't care who's president. I don't care what party's in there. It doesn't matter. You can't do that. Let me quote a little bit more. These numbers include $800 billion in direct warfighting costs and $85 billion to train the Afghan army, which folded up like a cheap, wet tent. I said that. They didn't. They did say they folded up. When Bagram Air Force Base was eliminated and closed down, the promise of air support against Taliban forces went away too. That sent a clear message to the Afghan army and started to break any will and intention they had to fight. This is something that's unfolding now, and we're going to see unfold in the coming weeks and months, and if not years. The biggest question in my mind tonight, after watching multiple reports from multiple sources on TV, and I scan all the channels. I scan MSNBC. I scan Al Jazeera. I look at CNN. I look at Fox News. I look at them all. There is so much misinformation that's coming from these media sources. It jumbles your mind, and it jumbles mine. So I can't even imagine what many of you who don't look at this stuff like I do, what you may be thinking or what you may be hearing. What the facts are from the ground itself are difficult to figure out right now. But here's what we know from today. One, the 82nd Airborne is on the ground. They're on the ground in Kabul at the airport. They have secured the airport. They have controlled the crowds. Flights, from my understanding, are now flying in and out. They're bringing supplies in for the people at the airport, and they're taking people back out, and those flights are going on the hour. I heard that on the Pentagon briefing today by Admiral John Kirby. I am not a favorite of, I don't like him necessarily because I think he sugarcoats things, and it's that thing again, well, you know, we don't want to scare anybody. He didn't say that. That's my opinion. He said the airport is open and they're flying people out. Another briefing at the White House I watched, again, the National Security Advisor. I believe his name's Jake Sullivan. I'll have to check on that. He stood up, he took questions. He stood up there like a man and took the questions. He didn't have great answers, but he said that we are there to get every American out safely, and the Taliban know that, understand that, and have agreed to that. We will see how that all unfolds. Now, what we also know, and I believe to be factual, is the Taliban have surrounded the airport, which you would if you were an enemy force. They have surrounded it and have put up certain checkpoints and roadblocks at major roads leading to the airport. They are checking who's coming and who's going. And this is the question I want to leave you with on this episode. What instructions have we given to American citizens and to anyone else we may be interested in getting out of the country? What instructions have we given those people so when they venture out of their houses or their apartments or wherever they are, in hiding, so to speak, what instructions have we given them so when they encounter these roadblocks? Do they just show their American passport and that's going to be free access and safety all the way to the airport? Is that going to work? And how is that being coordinated? It was also said at the Pentagon briefing that the on-ground commanders of our U.S. forces are in touch with, are in communication with the Taliban commanders in the field there. That is a pretty well-known type of an event in areas. There's respect between militaries. And I do believe that's factual as well. But the question is how is this going to unfold? I want to believe that it's going to unfold safely. I want to believe that the Taliban have, over the last 20 years, evolved into a more sophisticated and intelligent organization. I did watch a briefing that the Taliban gave that was broadcast on Al Jazeera. Very interesting. They were very polished. They were very calm. They answered at least an hour's worth of questions from foreign reporters. It was very interesting. They gave all assurances that all Americans and other foreign nationals would be given safe passage to the airport. And that was from one of their leading spokespersons. I suspect that's what's going to happen. That they want to project a totally different image of who they are and what they will be. So I suspect that we will be able to work out communication and guidance on getting American citizens, other foreign nationals like Germans, French, British, Australian, whoever may be there from the NATO allies, safely out. The bigger question is, what will happen to Afghan nationals that want to leave? The interpreters, all the people that worked at the embassies and at the air bases. What is their fate? And that is to be told. We don't know that. We won't know that. And in the coming days and weeks, we're going to learn more. Thanks for stopping by the channel tonight. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave me some comments. Leave me some questions. And I look forward to seeing you again here on My State of Affairs. This is William B. Strong signing off for tonight. Good night and good luck.